All right. I am live. This is the new app. This is the shopping list app. Essentially, we have these groceries here that we can add onto the list, and then it displays them in these little tiny filler objects. Basically, it shows item name, quantity, and then the type with this color box. UI wise, it's probably the worst one we've created so far, which I think is pretty funny, just given how late we are in the course. But this one is mostly meant to show the backend UI. So I'm going to demonstrate something real quick just to show you that it works. We refresh this page here. Um, it refreshes. We got our spinning wheel, and that works. Another thing I want to demonstrate is if I add I mess up this thing here and then restart the app, my URL, um, it should, yep, so instead of crashing, it throws this error message here. Fetch data, because we have a try catch. So basically, if we don't have anything here, it'll send us an error. So let's go ahead and fix our URL, and then I can show how basically the app works. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Section, I think shopping list app was also section this one. So everything's done. That's the Udemy. I should start with that. Sorry. Okay, cool. Let's add some items. So we can call this one hello, and then we can call it a convenience item. We can set the quantity equal to like 13 or something. We're going to add the item. Well, we're going to add the item, and then we're going to refresh here. Oh, my app is bugging. There we go. Sorry, internet issue. Okay. Hello has been added. And then if I check my actual Firebase here, we can see we have hello here. If we want to delete this item, just swipe to delete. And then looking at, oh, come on, swipe to delete. Look at the Firebase, it'll tell us for a couple seconds, and then it'll get rid of it. And then we can basically just go back here and say carrots. And we have one carrot. And so immediately it gets added here, gets added there. And not showing up earlier was just a bug, an internet bug, I think, just taking a little bit to load up. One more thing I want to show and kind of highlight is when we add this, it's going to show a spinning wheel for a second, and we're going to get locked out. So if I try to spam click, it'll actually not let me. So that was me spam clicking. And then on our Firebase here, it just adds one of this item I created. So we're not able to parse a whole bunch of requests. It should lock out. So there's apparently some time that it takes between the actual loading of the code, so that if you click fast enough, you can actually crash the app. Because essentially what we're doing is down here is we're saying, where is it? I think it's in here, or it's in the other one. Is it in the other one? No, it should be here. Uh-oh. This is embarrassing. I want to show it. It's the we're basically saying, hey, if this is loading, disable the button. I don't know where it is. It's not showing here. Is it a new item? Hold on, sorry. Here it is. Okay, so basically we're saying like, hey, is it loading? Is it sending? If it is, disable the button. But apparently there's actually a time delay from the time that this starts to the time that this ends. That if you click it enough times, it will actually send a bunch of requests to the. If you click it fast enough, it'll send a bunch of requests to the Firebase and actually crash the app. Actually looks like it reset without me having to fix it eventually. It just took it a minute. So now we have two of these kind of identical items. So we get rid of them both. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And then restart. Yeah, basically how this app is working is you have these items that we create using this form, this text form field. It's basically like our previous form that we had, our text fields that we had, but it allows us to basically get a bunch of, or its form allows us to get these really cool things like these keys and access to all the text form fields that make this whole process really easy to set up. Previously, we actually set up our own. We used a show modal bottom screen and then popped it up from the bottom. With this form, though, we're able to kind of do it a lot easier because we get a lot of built-in Flutter stuff that lets us essentially skip a lot of these tedious processes when we set up ourselves. Another thing that we can show is our couple of errors. We can show -1 and an empty name. Got these errors here. Vegetables doesn't have our category item does not have a error message because it has a default value. These ones do not have default values, or at least name doesn't have a default value, so we have to show these error messages. And if someone wants to be goofball and type in a negative number here, we want to show something. But once again, it's kind of funny, so I'm going to show it again to Matthew. And spam. We'll crash our app because we're sending multiple requests before this button gets shut down, and then we can check our actual Firebase. We should have multiple instances of Matthew. This shouldn't be the case. Ideally, I'll refresh. Yeah, ideally, there we go. Ideally, what should happen is we go Matthew, and if we're a bit slower on our spam clicking, it won't let us do that. But it's only for really fast spam clicking we can crash our app that way, which is an interesting bug, and I'm not quite sure how to get rid of that. But it is at least fun to bring up inside the tech demo just to show some of the weaknesses. Other than that, we have the circular progress indicator, which I believe is new. It's the circle that kind of pops up whenever we refresh the app or do anything like that. So it's the center circle here. It's pretty useful. It basically allows our users to know, like, hey, it's loading. Do not panic. Do not fret. Other than that, not too much else to show. We have our categories. We have our grocery item. These are pretty similar to what we've built in previous things. Just this is our categories enum. That's pretty much it. Main given to us. Just returning this grocery list item, and then that's pretty much it. We've seen injection syntax before. We handled error message here with the try catch. Here's our catch, our try, putting everything in there. There's a lot of error message handling in this, which is cool. I guess like the final thing I can talk about is this HTTP item. This is how we're actually sending data to our Firebase and then back from our Firebase. We're basically doing that by a process of encoding, then decoding. We encode to send it, we decode to read it when it comes back. We have to give it a thingy here. We just have to give it like a URL to go off of, and then it'll do its thing. But that's pretty much it. Pretty cool chapter. It was cool to use Firebase and get it running. So that's it.